Okay. This is the second time we actually doing the show. The first time it recorded, but it didn't record here on YouTube, so I'm going live again. Matter of fact, I'm hoping I'm not private. Let me see. Oh, Dennis is private on YouTube, but I'll take it off of private when I'm done with the recording. Okay. So we're in. I just wanted to really just make sure it was recording, right? As I said, this is Grand Strains, and this is, of course, breaking news. So we want to be covering right now the monkeypox outbreak and also the polio outbreak. But mainly, let's get into this monkeypox. Now, it broke out, I believe, a week ago. I didn't say nothing about it because they were, saying that, was closely connected with the gay community. And, since I be on the, smash keyboard crew, the keyboard crew, because, it's all of them damn letters and, symbols and shit. So I can't be getting all of them letters in my head. If it doesn't say a word, I can barely say names. You know what I'm saying? So to be saying, all of the letters, you're not going to get it from me. Right? So, I just made it, simple to smash keyboard crew. Well, anyway, they were saying that this was, coming out of their community. So I didn't want to say nothing, in regards to it. Now, due to the fact that there were actually toddlers and infants, affected by this, which we will be getting into, I said, yes, let me take the time to address this issue. Right. So, right here it says more than 780,000 doses of monkeypox vaccine available Friday. Right. San Francisco declares state of emergency. We do know that, San Francisco is like, was the flagship of the gay community in America, right? So at one time, probably Atlanta is now. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, here we go. Amid concerns, the government has not responded quickly enough to the nation's rapidly spreading monkeypox outbreak. The Biden administration announced more than 780,000 doses of vaccine will be available Friday. Those doses will add to the 300,000 doses distributed this month, bringing the total to 1.1 million. The federal government also ordered 5.5 million doses to be made from supplies and manufacturers' storage, which will be ready in 2023. There is enough material in storage for 11.1 million more doses if needed, according to Jennifer McQuiston, right? The deputy director of the Division of High Consequence Pathogens and pathology, forgive me, right, at the Center of Disease Control and Prevention. As of Wednesday, over 20,000 cases of monkeypox had been detected globally in 77 countries. McQuiston said the U.S. has about 4,600 reported cases. Health officials said they were still weighing whether declare I guess it's supposed to be whether to declare monkeypox a public health emergency, which would free up more resources. San San Francisco mayor declares a state of emergency Thursday over the growing number of cases in the city, which has 261 out of California's 800 cases. San Francisco has also at the center of the AIDS epidemic in the 1980s. Though monkeypox is not a gay disease, it began circulating in the U.S. among men having sex with men. We are in desperate need of vaccines to support the people of San Francisco, Mayor London Breed said. Two vaccines can be used against monkeypox, but only one, called Janios, who is being widely prescribed during this outbreak. The full course of the vaccine includes two shots, the second at least 1 month after the first. The other, it's ACAM 2000, has more side effects and can't be administered to people who have a weakened immune system, have certain skin conditions, or are pregnant. Health officials also expanded testing capacities. Monkeypox tests were first concentrated at the CDC, but commercially labs now offer tens of thousands of tests a day, growing from about 6,000 weekly tests in mid-May to about 80,000, said Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Bexeria. I'm hoping I'm saying that name right. An antiviral called Tech COVID Mat, sold under the brand name T-Pox, has been approved to treat smallpox and is now being used to treat people with monkeypox. T-Pox can prevent infection if given before or within 4 days of exposure, to prevent severe diseases if given up to 2 weeks after someone is exposed to the virus. Bexeria, that's the person's name, said fewer than 10,000 Americans have received treatment, but said more than 1.7 million doses of the treatment available in the nation's stockpile. Our goal is pretty straightforward. Stay ahead of the virus and end this outbreak, he said. At HAS, we are doing everything we can in that regard, right? In the meantime, they urge Americans to remain vigilant and stay informed to prevent further spread of the virus. Every American should pay attention on monkeypox, Bacteria said. Monkeypox is not COVID, but it is contagious, it is painful, and it can be dangerous, right? So then this is where, what made me this article that I'm going into, right? That made me say, okay, let me touch on this, right? It says first child monkeypox case in U.S. are reported, including a toddler in California, right? Let me take this away. Public health officials announced Friday the first case of monkeypox in children in the United States, including one toddler living in California and an infant living in another state. All right, let me show you the picture of the people up on the lines here. All right, this is out in California. Los Angeles Times. People wait to receive monkeypox vaccine on Thursday at Ted Watkins Park in Watts. What's up, baby? You know what I'm saying? Los Angeles Times. This is by Louise Senko, right? That's who brought that picture there. Both children likely became infected by others in their household, the Center of Disease Control and Prevention said in a statement through though these cases are under investigation. And this is with one of the statements that made me said, okay, let me bring this up. The child in California was in close contact with an adult who was infected with the virus in the same household. A spokesman with the California Department of Public Health said in a statement. Because monkeypox spread through close physical contact, it is not unusual for people living in the same household who are unable to isolate to contract the virus, the department said. The California case was unrelated to the other pediatric monkeypox case, which involved an infant who is not a U.S. resident and was infected in a separate state, the CDC said. Both cases have links to gay men. Now, that was the other statement that made me say, I'ma have to say something. Like I said, I don't come after the smash keyboard crew. It's not but I do have concerns with that environment being around children. I told you my oldest sister, she's trans, and I don't really get into her personal life, but, she was abused as a child, right? And so, growing up, she identifies as a male now, right? So, just these are why I have these concerns. It's not like some, far place. It's personal to me, knowing what have taken place to somebody that I know, right? That, I held very dear. You know what I mean? Like she, when I was physically, burnt up and stuff like that. And, she was one of the people that I saw as, having concerns for me. She's 5 years older than me. So, or he, identifies as a male now. Right. So involved the infant. Both cases involve, gay men. CDC Director Rachel Walskinsky said in a Washington Post live stream interview Thursday, during which the cases were first announced. The virus, which spread primarily through close skin-to-skin contact, is circulating mostly among men who have sex with men, as well as transgender and non-binary people. When we have seen those cases in children, they have generally been adjacent to the community most at risk. Walensky said, adding that both children are doing well and are receiving tecovimab antiviral treatment known as TPOC. Right? So, like I told you, this is, why I'm actually, bringing the story. Because once I see the children and I see that community, I told you the experience, with my, sister, now brother, situation. So because of this, and as you can see, these are the people who this, system is addressing. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why I'm saying that, right? Unvaccinated. Now we getting into the next and last story. Unvaccinated man in Rockland County, New York, diagnosed with polio. The first U.S. case of polio in nearly a decade has been confirmed in an unvaccinated individual in Rockland County, New York, local and state health officials announced Thursday. Right? So then, let me show you this picture that they provided with it. Right? So this is the picture at the bottom. You see, where it says right here, right? Unvaccinated man in Rockland County, New York, diagnosed with polio. Let's get back to the article. Right? Okay. While the origins of the case are still being investigated, the 20-year-old man had traveled to Poland and Hungary this year and was hospitalized in June, according to public health officials close to the investigation, who was also unauthorized to speak on the record. He was initially diagnosed with a possible case of acute faucitic myelitis. Sorry if I didn't get that right. You know how I be with certain things. Anyway, caused by inflammation of the spinal cord that results in severe muscle weakness and paralysis. But subsequently testing detected a type of polio that indicates transmission from outside the United States, according to the Joint Alert Thursday from New York State Health Department in Rockland County. The patient has since been discharged and living at his parents' home with his wife. He is able to stand but is having difficulties walking, the official said. Rockland County and New York State health officials Thursday alerted clinicians to be vigilant for additional cases, asked about the possibility of more polio cases emerging locally. Rockland County Health Commissioner Patricia Shambell Rupert said at a news conference, "We only have the one case. Let's hope that's all we find." Right? Right now, Rockland County Executive Ed Day said the patient who is infected is not contagious. Right now, the risk to the vaccinated public is low, but experts are working to understand how and where this individual was infected, the Center of Disease Control and Prevention said in a statement. Right? Officials did not elaborate on why the patient is no longer contagious, right? But he sought treatment at the hospital in New York City around June 20th, the official said. Patients are most contagious during the first 2 weeks of illness, said Thomas Gerardini. G whatever, man. I'm not even doing it to myself, right? Chief of Infectious Diseases at Baylor College of Medicine. Polio is a very contagious, life-threatening viral disease that causes permanent paralysis in people who are not fully vaccinated. In about 5 out of every 1,000 cases, most of the U.S. population has protection against the disease because they were vaccinated during childhood. But in areas with low vaccination coverage, such as the ultra-Orthodox Jewish community in Rockland County, people who are not vaccinated are at high risk. There is no treatment for polio, but vaccination prevents disease. Due to the success of a national vaccination program after the vaccine was introduced in 1955. Polio cases were cut dramatically. The last nationally occurring case in the United States were recorded in 1979. So take that in mind. But these are, the stories. Like I said, I seen this as being another disease. So I threw it in with the monkeypox because I just wanted to not, seem like it was just all going in that direction. Be safe, people. Understand. And I feel that, before I go, let me give you, some feelings. I feel that, the investigation into those children only due to the fact that the hard push, forgive the pun, for the pedal movement. So when they said they was investigating this further, I felt relieved. I don't never put my sister out there, but I do put the situation that she went through, and the results of that leading her to be a transgender male. Now she was originally a female, now she's a male, right? So, and and I understand the effects it had and what it done to that person. So when they say, when a community or people say certain things, I don't like to make it seem like, I'm jumping, on the bandwagon, but I know, from personal experience, and of connection with people, this, this system that you see brewing, and not just the monkeypox, but of that community growing, and the effects it has when it is done through the child, right? So that's the reason why I'm saying it. Not saying that these people did anything, but whenever I hear stuff like that, or even if I don't hear stuff like that, but whenever I hear it, I become ultra alert, like, whoa, what's going on here? So if you wanted to know why I took that stance and bring in the story, and following the concerns, that's my concern, the children. You know what I mean? This is why I did the story. That community, not saying that they don't deserve to be spoken about, but when you speak of these things, it's always seen to be in an attack form. So I leave it, out just away. But when this stuff comes up, and, with the children and all of that, that's when I step in, right? So, peace. I'm out. Y'all have a good one. Thank you for joining me. This is Grand Strains, politics as usual. We are out of here. Don't forget to check my book, Street Skelzy, Knock 'em Out the Box. It has been updated, got a new cover, put the the numbers. I did everything that which was preventing me from actually promoting the book, hard, when I first did it, because let me see here. Hold on one second. I got boxes of them, but when I did it, I didn't realize, certain things. And plus, I was debating on whether or not I was going to keep, the Z. I took the Z out in the Street Skelly, not Skel Z, right? And then I also changed the cover in general. So, if you want and you want to support the channel, that's how you support it. You can go to my shop. You know what I mean? And pick up some material there, or go to Amazon, purchase the book. I hate to offer anything without you just walking away with something yourself. Peace. We out of here, people.